1972 was also the year the Steelers drafted a fullback from nearby Penn State. It didn't take Franco Harris very long to impress his new teammates.
We played a game, I think it was in Atlanta. It's a preseason game. And Franco runs up to the line, looked like he stops and maybe scratches his head. What am I going to do now? And all of a sudden he goes, takes off. And I said, gee, we got one. We got one.
Harris rushed for over 1,000 yards in his rookie year, leading the Steelers to the playoffs for the first time in their 4 seasons under Chuck Noll. Every player had his own fan club, and at the center of it all was the rookie from Penn State.
We need to have an army. And so they thought about it and said, oh, this kid's half Italian, you know, so let's have a Franco's Italian army. And it sounded like a good idea. And it just caught on fire. And everybody wanted to be Italian.
What's red, green, and white, man? What's that? Red, green, and white.
Italian flag, man.
I mean, yeah, Franco in that season, it was a beautiful happening. It was a wonderful thing for Franco, for the city of Pittsburgh, for the football team, and for everyone.
50,000 people standing and applauding. Listen to the ovation for Franco Harris.
Even Frank Sinatra joined Franco's Italian army.
To have the chairman of the board walk on the football field, gee, what else?
It's down to one big play. 4th down and 10 yards to go. 22 seconds remaining. Bradshaw running out of the pocket, looking for somebody to throw to. Fires it downfield. And there's a collision. It's caught out of the air. The ball is pulled in by Franco Harris. Harris is going for a touchdown for Pittsburgh.
The Immaculate Reception delivered the first postseason victory in Steelers history. After 40 years, they were finally winners.
Out of nowhere came Franco Harris, riding a white stallion down the field, heading up Franco's Italian army, charging under the football and galloping off into the sunset.
We had some people together when Franco came, but we didn't win anything. We didn't win any Super Bowls before Franco and didn't win any after him.
The number 3 Steeler of all time, Franco Harris.
I think you could make the argument for Franco Harris at number 2.
The one play that you remember with the Pittsburgh Steelers,
the Immaculate Reception.
Oh, it's the greatest thing ever.
And there's that great shot that was captured of him catching the ball.
And there's a collision. It's caught out of the air.
First off, he trapped the ball, and everybody knows that.
Wasn't a catch. I can't stand those people. It's the greatest thing that ever happened in the history of the free world. It was bigger than Jesus rising on the 3rd day.
The moment where it appeared that the clouds were parting and finally the Steelers were going to be a consistently competitive team, it came when Franco Harris caught that ball.
Franco really showed us that we could win, because before Franco, we did not win.
Out of nowhere came Franco Harris, riding a white stallion and galloping off into the sunset.
When you have a definitive play in your career, sometimes that's a curse because it takes the focus off of how good the player was.
All they remember is that catch.
That catch kick-started a dynasty in Pittsburgh, but it also overshadowed the fact that Franco Harris retired as the 2nd leading rusher in NFL history.
The numbers will put him on the list, but I don't think he would be as high.
That play just was the dollop at the top. A great play on top of a great career.
It was the catalyst for a great career, but I don't know if Franco Harris needed the Immaculate Reception to be a Hall of Fame running back.
I think he's still on your list without making that catch, but it represented a breakthrough for the Steelers as an organization.
Frank Harris, in many ways, was the anti-Steeler. When you think about the Steelers, you think of toughness, gritty guys who are going to bang with you, guys that sort of thing. Franco Harris was none of that.
The only thing I never liked about Franco was the fact he tiptoed out of bounds.
At the line of scrimmage, Franco made elusiveness look elegant. But he often evaded unnecessary punishment at the play's end by running out of bounds, a style that offended those who would confuse bravado with bravery.
Jim Brown was the man who said, how come Franco Harris, when he's going to get hit on the sidelines, continuously runs out of bounds?
For me to run out of bounds because of a collision is to admit weakness.
Why would you run into three people? How stupid is that?
If we were behind, if we needed that extra yard, he never stepped out of bounds.
He was a thinking man's running back.
It probably added years to his career and yards to his resume.
It was smart.
That doesn't make him smart.
The thing was to play smart.
Those excuses for what I would consider weaker minds.
Jim Brown did not vote on this Pittsburgh Steelers list. That's the only way Franco Harris would get to 3.
Franco's great because he's the only guy with his own Italian army. I mean, there's an entire Italian army at every Steelers game.